Hi friends, this is your wealth enhancer Dharmendra Madhu Sadalangani, Mr. D, MFD Mutual Fund Distributor ARN 105333, presenting NFO HDFC Charity Fund for Cancer Cure. This is a model project, not an economic one, or noble investing. When life puts a full stop, we add two more so that hope continues to win. As we are aware, by the word we hear the cancer, how things happens, and this is the cancer is the globally disease pandemic, almost close to pandemic you can call it. Prior to the COVID, this was the main concern and still it's prevailing. But the recent focus has been changed on the COVID issues. But cancer you must be finding everywhere in your society, and it just blows us out. This is an HDFC charity fund for cancer cure is a fixed maturity plan. Invest in others with coordination with Indian Cancer Society ICS. This series of cancer funds, it will invest in series of cancer cure fund. This fund will help underprivileged cancer patients with support of Indian Cancer Society. This is the fourth fund of HDFC. It is a debt oriented fund. We'll understand later. And the first fund was launched in 2011, commemorate 10 years of establishment, debt fund. Then the second scheme came out in 2014, matured in 2017, and this is the fourth fund aimed to take care of philanthropic needs. It is a unique scheme aim of generating stable cash flow for the deserving cause. In recent years, there has been a new class of investment class, that is a philanthropy class. So be a philanthropy investor not as an option but as an habit. Make an philanthropy investing as your habits, not by the choice. The series of the first three funds in it has started in 2011-14, and the total contribution along with the HDFC per 100 you contribute from your side, HDFC contributes another 100, so it becomes 200. So with the along with the AMC contribution of 105.52 crores, the total contribution in last since 2011 last three funds, it had generated 189.71 crores as commitment to the cause. HDFC AMC has waived all the charges towards investment and management fees in the series. It is for the noble cause. Over the tenure of series, total contribution has been made by 189.75 crores to the ICS Society to the cancer cure patients. And this is a fourth fund series of cancer cure funds where it implies this fund. It goes under a rigorous due diligence, scanning, processing, and the number of hospitals empaneled. The total amount section in from these funds were 268.53 crores, and the amount disbursed were 226.13 crore. Number of patients funded under the initiative were 13,070. There is a few demographics of the beneficiaries impacted over 13,000 lives between 2011 till 2023. If you see the age-wise classification who has been benefited 0 to 15 years, it has been 19%. 16 to 45 years, it had been 44%, and above 45 years, the age-wise classification 37 years. The cancer, you never know at which age and which type of cancer it gets stuck. It is due to our lifestyle changes. I do conduct the cancer awareness programs. If anybody is interested in details, you can contact me at my mobile number 887-987-8870 or email me at vibes41 at the rate of gmail.com. Mr. D, at adjustable hours we can understand and let's fight together. The gender wise classification between male and female, normally you see that there are more chances of female having cancer than males. Males, the gender classification, 48% of the males have been benefited and 52% of the females have been benefited. And diagnosis wise classification in carcinoma is 44%, leukemia, that's blood cancer, 31%, lymphoma, these are all types of cancers, 14%, sarcoma, 9%, and myeloma connected with the eye is concerned, and 9% has been diagnosis and benefited from these funds. And they have a cure map there empaneled with IC, Indian Cancer Society. Let's understand in brief the ICS, Indian Cancer Society. It will be completing its 75 years in 2026. They do the screening of early detection, support for early diagnosis, support for various treatments and types of treatments, support for the various treatments and support for rehabilitations, and finally releasing journals of research and development journals. Early detection of cancer and early scanning of cancer is important. It reduces the cost of cancer treatment. That is the main focus. And in India is a very lack of awareness. In India, it is not detected at the early stage. It is mostly detected at the very late age where the cost implications are too high, and if it is early detected, the chances of survival is also very high. It is easily treated, and cancer is treatable if it is detected at the early stages, and it also reduces the cost of treatment. And in India it is not detected at the early stage. That's why in India the mobility is very high in cancer. You find in your society all around the people, you find some other persons. So the Indian Cancer provides the treatment empaneled under, there are a list of hospitals. They have empaneled hospitals from Assam to Baroda, from Srinagar to Trivandrum, to provide for the noble causes. Like you see Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai and also Navi Mumbai, and in Chiplun, the, where's the name? That is for the Maharashtra. Walavkar Hospital, Chiplun, Maharashtra, that caters to the needs of the Maharashtra. So it is in 23 states they have empaneled. You find all over the place. Christian Medical College, Tamil Nadu, Cancer Institute, Tamil Nadu, Versa World Karam Indo-American Cancer Hospital and Research Telangana, Kailash Cancer Hospital and Research Center Gujarat, Regional Cancer Center Trivandrum, Sri Shankara Cancer Hospital, Bangalore, Mahavir Cancer in Bihar, Rajiv Gandhi Cancer and Research Institute Delhi, Shere Kashmir Institute and Medical Center Jammu and Kashmir, Homi Baba Cancer Hospital Uttar Pradesh, Kahar Cancer Hospital Research Center Assam, Gujarat Cancer Research Institute Gujarat, Nama Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Cancer Hospital, Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh, Patel Hospital, Punjab, Jalandhar, Tata Medical Center, Kolkata, West Bengal, Balco Medical Center, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, Padhar Hospital, Belur, Madhya Pradesh, Birla Cancer Center, and SMS Hospital, Jaipur, Rajasthan, Majumdar Shaw Center, Bangalore, and recently they have added Chindrajan National Cancer Institute, Kolkata, and over they have supported the beneficiaries around 13,000 through this fund. 19 hospital help patients across 28 states and 8 union territories. How does it works? How donation is utilized through ICS and CCF Cancer Cure Fund, from ICS in Indian Cancer Society to the Cancer Cure Fund. It goes to the Empanel Hospital, identifying patients of ICS, then the cancer cure funding is been done, response to the queries, send reports using the or the on use of funds and patient status, AI due diligence on the reports, every rupee if it is be scanned, and even when you invest in this fund, there's a rigorous due diligence has been observed that every rupee is implicated. 6 clarifications, recommended sections, rejections, put on hold on CA approvals, governing, there is a governing advisor who does lots of DTT screening application twice a month, decides, confirms, involves strategies, lay out down procedures. ICS Indian Cancer Society and Cancer Cure Fund team coordinates the entire process between Empanel Hospital, DDT and GAC response to queries, right application, disbursement and utilization, monitors, reports, patients, follow-ups and other the guidelines. These are the some brief internal mechanism of ICS, and there is a GAC members are Mrs. Usha Thora, chairperson, former deputy of governor, M.K. Sharma, former vice chairman, all dignitaries, Mr. Navneet Manod, MD of and CEO of SGAMC, Anita Borges and Nilesh Lokeshwar. They are not from TCS, but they provided in very much of internal views, as the due delegates meet every twice a fortnight, hundred of views and recommendations is been provided. These are all major dignitaries of all over the hill. They tediously work dedicatedly to provide services for the for the cancer cure patients. And you see in most of the this societies, this society cancer cure works on a very low operational cost, because it's hardly 4 to 5%, because lots of doctors, they free of cost, they don't charge fees, tools are for free. And this HDFC AMC coming up with a noble causes like this cancer charity fund, they don't charge any management fees. And on top of it, what every contribution AMC puts almost same amount of contribution, whatever is been earned, together we can do so much of it. And there's enough mechanisms. The fund the fund process is an innovative and meaningful. Objectives will understand what the fund is about, of saving life rather than running from pillar to post for donations. The in-house mechanisms, Professor Piobolo doctors, Nobi cares, saving 80 to 90, saving time 80 to 90% of on oncologists. They give their views. So minimum admission cost, and they work and tirelessly for the benefits upliftment of the society. Approve finance. What is the role of the GAC members? Is to approve the financial assistance to the application, approve guidelines and utilization and disbursement of the funds, conduct periodic reviews on the performance of the department and cases approved for cancer treatment aid, appoint auditors to audit the ICSCF and its utilization, that the fund is being as per due diligence. Every rupee invested or rupee has been fully optimized use. Who is eligible and for what purpose and how much? Patient eligibility criteria are the Indian citizen, underprivileged cancer patient. Most of the Indians doesn't have an adequate cancer cover plans, or they don't have the adequate cancer insurance plans or cancer cover, and even in the underprivileged, they don't come under the Ayushman category. They first emphasis for to go for the Ayushman government schemes, but most of the Indians fail in that. They provide a relief mechanism which are beyond the central government and state government schemes undercovered, which are not covered on the Ayushman scheme, so that the patient go back to the society as a productive person after the treatment. First, their protocol is when anybody goes to the first for a cancer patient, a little in brief, how they can apply. They have to go to the list of panel hospitals, put an application, and they will check their income. If it is less than 4 lakhs, now even the 10 lakhs earning per family cannot afford. The cost of cancer treatment is rising so rapidly, it has become so high. So they provide the assurance to the hospital up to the 5 lakhs, but the amount is released as and when the treatment is done. If the treatment is done of 10,000 scanning or reports, that amount, so the hospital is relaxed. They know that the amount of which amount, and rest the person has to look for the other sources. What they support the cover like surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, supportive care, investing charges including all tests, prosthesis, bone marrows, how much up to 5 lakh per patient, and for bone marrow transplant up to 8 lakhs. That is the maximum ceiling. And Indian Cancer Society was established in 1951 by Dr. D.J. Jesuwala and Mr. Naval Tata as India's first voluntary non-profit national organization for awareness, detection, cure, and survivorship for those affected with the disease. Activities I have just mentioned: national-wise awareness of risk factor, preventive measures, encouraging regular checkups, treatment options, and survivorship, early detections through cancer detection centers, providing funds, supporting during the treatment to poor cancer patients through rehabilitation and survival groups, gathering, collecting data of the population based on cancer registry in Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Ahmedabad. ICS is only NGO to run cancer registry, Indian Cancer Society, and providing analytic and projected support, providing a medium for this mentation of information and research finding to the medical fraternity through the Indian Journal of Cancer. So presenting HDFC Cancer Care Fund for cancer awareness. Please do reach out to me at 887-987-8870 for your personal groups, societies, housing societies in your personal groups for creating and cancer awareness, the types of cancers, the treatments, and the probability solutions to it. We can have a discussion on it. Let's understand the HDFC charity fund for cancer cover. This is an close-ended fund, a fixed maturity plan. NFO opens 28 July 2023. NFO closes on 8th of August 23. You have only 10 days. You have only the opportunity of 10 days to become an philanthropy investor. If you could, if you can, raise up. Don't shy back. And Mr. D is back to support you. Just stand up for the cause. All the provided services, guidance will provide you from any corner of the world you may be. All the maximum support will be extended by Mr. D, backed by team of HDFC MC with proper guidance and support. Why? Why should you invest in HDFC charity fund for cancer cover? And it is a fixed maturity plan. Only in these 10 days you can invest. Afterwards you cannot invest, and that too in lump sum. You have a chance of investing a cause, a noble cause, and to become a philanthropy investor. The decision are yours. Unique mutual fund scheme that allows you to contribute towards a visual cause. The scheme allows you to combine investment along with philanthropy investing. The scheme enables investors to donate a part of your distribution income to Indian Cancer Society for treatment of underprivileged patients. You can choose the choice. You have either 50% or the 75% of the dividend come income distribution come withdrawal plan. From that, the income earned, not from your principal amount, you can part it, you can become, you have the privilege of it. Distribution as a donation, the choice is yours. Investor, how the scheme work? Investor invest in HDFC charity fund for the cancer cover and submit the OTM mandate in favor of ICS. How much you want to willingness donation of either the 50% of what we call the earned interest or gains, and it is the scheme is available only in IDCW plan, because to provide a regular cash flow to the cancer society and to estimate the cash flow, so they have the actual estimate of the cash flow occurring, so they can plan in advance. The scheme will invest securities as per the SID. We'll understand in next two slides. The scheme will ensure to declare income distribution come withdrawal periodically and will provide redemption process on maturity. On maturity, you will get your principal back. Investor receives IDCW from the whatever the previously we call it a dividend plan. Now it has been renamed as income distribution come withdrawal plan. Gets an auto debited to investors bank account, and from that, as per you have submitted an MOU, will guide and support you for that. 50% or 75% of that gross ITCW declared, the amount gets donated to ICS. The donation of ICS contributes via IDCW may qualified for corporate investors, corporate social responsibility CSR, subject to the respective CSR agenda policy for which investors need to get in touch with ICS directly. But the donation for an individual donation of income, ICS is eligible to claim and deduction under Section 80G of Income Tax Act under old regime. Upon the receipt of donation, Indian Cancer Society will issue an ATG certificate to the investor based on their respective donations, which you can claim it in your ITR. Whatever the IDCW received by ICS, say from your investment, 100 rupees has been given to the ICS, the equal amount of 100 rupees will be contributed by the SGMC. So the total amount of 200 rupees, that is two times of the contribution will receive by the ICS, and which goes to the underprivileged cancer patient society across the India. What are the product features? This scheme is a close-ended scheme. You cannot redeem before the due date for 1196 days, almost 1200 days, 3 years and 3 months. To generate the income through debt and money market, it is at a very low. It invests because it is for a noble cause. So the principle, to safeguard the principle, it invests in debt and money market instruments, which is at a very low risk metrics of debt instrument and government securities maturity on or before date of the scheme. And why it is a close ended? So that it gives uh, the estimate of the regular cash flows. Of course we cannot decide the returns, what will be the returns, but we can estimate the cash flow. And being a close ended, after the end of the 1200 days you will get your principal back. And during the duration, as and when the IDCW has been declared, 50% or 70% is a donation option. You can choose accordingly, and balancing amount you will be getting it. The scheme enables its unit holders to donate a part of their distributable income, the gains or the interest earned, to the Indian Cancer Society for treatment of underprivileged cancer patients. Such donations made by the unit holder shall be eligible for claiming deductions under the ATG of Income Tax Act 1961 under the old regime. Benchmark will be Nifty Medium Duration Debt Index Fund. It has regular plans and direct plans. Since all distributing expenses, they're all everything, there's no management fees, is everything borne by the AMCs. Minimum application amount during the NFO period is 50,000. Why it is kept at a minimum 50,000? To make a reasonable IDCW plan. And why it is only one option, IDCW plan? Because even if you consider a 50,000, minimum 50,000 with a multiples of 1,000, we cannot, it is a dynamic, markets are dynamic changes, we cannot assure the returns. There is no guarantee and assurance that the investment object of the objectives will be realized. These are the disclaimers. We can assure and we cannot declare anything because returns are not fixed, it's subject to market risk. For assuring at the present, the previous historical event, at this present event, getting an 7% returns, or even if you consider going to 6% returns, if from the 6% of the 50,000, or a 7% from the 50,000 you consider it, it becomes 3,000, uh, 3,500. Out of that, 50% is 1,750 will go to the cancer society, or even less, maybe 1500, between 15 to 1600, as per the returns, which we cannot control. We don't have, it's a dynamic, we cannot assure, we cannot predict what will be the returns, but somewhere to that range approximately. I'm giving a tentative example, don't consider it as an these will be the kinds of returns. So from 50,000, some reasonable, out of the some around 15 to 1500 to 16 to 1700. Between that, will if you have taken a 50% option plan, it will go to ICS society and 50% you will be getting it. Or if you are choosing a 75%, in that proportionate it will be deducted. There is no exit load, and after the completion of the tenure of the 1200 days, your the principal amount will be returned back to you. You are not putting full your amount. So this is the, you should understand that you are not your principal, you are not donating the principal, you are donating only the investment, the interest earned from that, the 50% is been donated. I think I've made my point clear. Still, if you have any queries, you can contact me, and management fees will be nil. This scheme is an philanthropy initiative by the AMC. No investment management fees will be charged by the AMC. For further details or queries, you can contact me anytime. This scheme, the asset allocation of the fund which has been collected, will be in debt instruments between 0 to 100%, in money market instruments and government securities with a risk profile of medium. It, in the debt profile, you see they come at a lower end, somewhere in the lower ends, including security debt, structural obligation, credit enhanced debts, securitized debt should not exceed 14% of the net assets. So this is an asset allocation where the fund will be deployed. Indeed, this scheme will invest in securities with floor of ceiling with a range of 5% intended allocation of each subclass asset class as indicated below according to the clause of SEBI Master Regulation for mutual fund dated. The debt and money market instrument certificates of deposit A1 class 0 to 5, commercial deposits 0 to 5, and government securities and treasury bills 95 to 100, and TRIPS, reserve repos, units of debt or liquid mutual fund scheme 0 to 5%. This is an asset allocation strategy from where the pool of money collected will be invested, from where the returns will be generated, and product label and riskometer is the moderate with an relatively low A class 3, A3 a relative high interest rate and a relative low credit risk. The principle of credit default is low. And disclaimers: mutual fund investment are subject to market risk. Read all scheme related documents carefully. So don't miss an opportunity. Only you have 10 days. Please contact 887-987-8870 for personalized service, online service, offline services. Mr. D, mutual fund advice, mutual fund distributor, MFD, ARN 10533, or any queries or webinars in your groups, social groups, reach out to me. You have only 10 days and you can invest only in during this time in a close. It is a full close-ended scheme. Minimum amount 50,000 only for the noble cause, and which the principal you will be getting it back. Remember, you will be getting on the maturity, the principal will be returned as it is a debt fund. Only the interest earned after that 50 or 75% as per your option of donation will be donated for the noble cause. Let the hope success. Let's bring the hope to the success. Hope and healing. Please do consider it. Thanks. Reach out to me.